Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Khorasan Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U.
Population U.
Population Carson, would you please welcome to the show, Johnny Carson?
Jason, Randy, it is good to be here. I just came back from 1980.
Yep.
And I have a fresh suit on. I just want to drop the 2 words of the day.
What are the 2 words of the day, Johnny?
They are beef curtains.
What is curtain?
What is a food, a drape, and a grape food?
What is a food drape?
That is a food drape.
And the drapes behind you are not made. What are they made of? Corned beef?
These are, yes, that is fresh from a deli. These are corned beef. This is a corned beef rash.
There's a cornhole
that
beef.
It breaks out of your genital mouth.
Way.
Can we not say mountain?
You can say.
All right, good to be here. I'm going to turn it over to
Dan Van Kirk.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
Hi,
How
Dan.
are you?
Guess who our guest is? It's Nick Swardson.
Oh, my
Hey.
God. I'm late.
I
I just saw some old guy
Carson
leaving.
just split.
Carson
but,
the ghost of Johnny Carson just
flew in and out. It's so good to have you on the show.
It's
One
good to
of
be
our
here.
favorite people in the world. Someone we've known for a quarter of a century when he was a baby.
Yeah.
And
By the way, I loved your special on the Netflix.
Thanks,
By
man.
the by. So good, so funny, so you.
nobody tells a fart joke like Nick Swardson.
Yeah, I dropped some heat. Literally, there was some fire fart jokes. I was happy with the special. I mean, I was like in the middle of the tour, so I was like completely out of shape and looked like a fucking just a Michelin man.
Wait, you mean tour? It's hard for you to eat healthy on a tour?
Yeah, that's
road is
kind
where
of a
the road-
news flash.
The road is where I lose all my weight.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that
where
is-
most people get
Yeah.
healthy.
No,
on
I
the
know. It
road.
turns out ice cream sandwich, not a real sandwich.
No.
Wait a second.
Hang on a
Not
second.
a real
Wait a
sandwich.
minute. It's not what I was told.
Turned out Skittles, not a fruit.
Not a breakfast.
I thought
Fruity flavor. Rainbow.
I mean, and then my favorite is we filmed it in Montreal, which I thought was going to be great. I'm like, toured all through the U.S., so the show went great. I'll drop this on Montreal. And they were just kind of like, all right. And then they had this fucking woman in the background. If you watch the special, it's under Comics of the World. So they picked a handful of comedians from around the world. And then me, Nicole Byer, Crystal Lee, and Neil Brennan, they picked from USA. And it was just weird for everybody. But for me, they picked a woman in the background of every shot who just fucking either hates me or just has no idea what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
She's
it's
from around
the
world.
first part.
I think no. I think she's from around the world.
No, she's from a different one. She was from Saturn. She had no idea what was happening.
She was. Well, we've always had that in Montreal where we're like, this is going to crush. And then we're like, wait, do you guys speak English? I don't know what. It
just
just
get
is
the
a French
Did
crowd.
half the audience secede from this show?
That's what we want to know.
That was
Is
a
it
Quebec
what?
joke.
When we were in
That was a Quebec
Exactly.
City joke.
Yes, that's it. When
Quebec?
Quebec. Well, on this show, we believe the world is getting dumber. Maybe that woman's a part of it. The only way to fight it is through comedy. Daniel Van Kirk has an insane story that he's going to share with us, a news story, and we get to all break
Let's try
it
and
down.
figure out why the world's getting dumber. You want to do that, Nick?
Yeah, let me just do my comeback to Montreal. So this I got. It's a beautiful city. A lot of great things about it. A lot of attitude. French Canadians, they fucking they're not having it.
No, at all.
And it's like even if you're from France or America, they don't like. It's like they're only a part of their own like block.
Yes.
So I just got annoyed because people were annoying to me. And so I would go, and I know a little bit of French. So I would go into stores, and I'd be like, ah, bonjour. And the guy'd be like, ah, bonjour. And I'd be like, ah, ça va? And he'd be like, ah, bien, ça va? And I'm like, ah, très bien, you know. And he'd be like, oh, I didn't. And he'd start speaking more French. I'm like, I'm just kidding. Can I get a fucking chicken sandwich?
Oh, no.
And the look on their faces. Yeah!
USA.
Winner me. Then I would lay some hot beef curtain mist all up in the French Canada. Eat up my dad. Eat up my dad.
Which is the name of the next album? Eat Out My Dad.
Yeah, that's old Bryan Adams right there.
Is that
old
Bryan
Bryan
Adams? Was that the one that Glass Tiger sang?
You
or
say
was that-
Ryan Adams?
No,
Bryan
Bryan Adams.
No, Brian.
Oh.
It's a long.
Cuts like a knife, Dan.
It's a hybrid.
It did.
Cuts like a
But it
knife.
feels so right.
It does.
All right, you guys want to do a story?
Let's do a story.
Let's do
Sent
it.
in by Joe Luttrell at The Gentleman Joe.
Thanks,
I
man.
love Joe.
Sends in a lot.
You know what else? He helps. He lets people know when their story they send me is fake, and I appreciate
That's
it.
great, dude.
Like
He's
that.
like a-
Fact check it.
Fact check it.
People usually dip chips in salsa. A Maryville man had another idea.
Dipped it in my asshole.
Where's Mirabelle?
Indiana, I believe.
Oof.
Howard Matthew Webb. Howard Webb is accused of placing his testicles in a salsa container that was then delivered to a low-tipping customer last month.
Okay.
This is
what I
sketch.
imagine. This is what
Camarino. I want to dip
dip
my balls in it.
Right.
Remember that sketch?
Yeah, I
This
remember
is what
that.
I imagine happens every time. I'm like, can you
Not-
send
can I-
back any food? And you're like, I had it with
balls
no
are gonna go
onions
in
on
it.
I will leave a restaurant if one of my friends is disrespectful to the waiter.
Yes!
Or anybody. But I swear to God, I've done it a million times. Even at my peak level of starvation, I've done that. And I'm going to just jump on this story with another story. I can't say who it is.
Fine.
But it was my friend's assistant, and she was from New Jersey. And she was telling me a story about how she worked at a sandwich shop, and she hated her boss. And so it was after hours at the sandwich shop.
Yep.
And she's with her boyfriend, and she gives him a blowjob, gets the fucking jizz in her mouth, and then puts it in a pre-made sandwich for her boss the next day.
No!
Spits it out on the sandwich, wraps it back up. She goes, I watched him fucking eat it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude. So I mean,
is
that's not a customer relationship, but it's still.
So wait. So your friend was her new boss. She's an assistant to your friend.
Yes.
And
So
he-
is that a shot fired to say to the new boss,
You
don't
better
mess
treat
with
me well.
I don't think he even heard it. She
But
told
you
me.
heard it. You heard
because
it.
she
I'm
knows
sure
my
you
brain
related
is
that.
brain wrong.
I'm sure you told your friend, hey, listen, you better be nice.
I
to
don't
this
think
woman.
I did.
Nice. Good friend you
she
are.
makes the best sandwiches.
Let me tell you
I've
something.
never had an assistant make
Was
sandwiches
that a
like
poppy seed dressing?
What
I
is
don't know
the
what was on that.
binding agent?
What is this? Mayonnaise is a little runny. But I love density. Good
Damn,
God.
doing it,
It looks
Carson.
like hand soap. Good God. There's no miracle in this whip. Folks, good God.
So wait.
Go to hell, man.
So,
Get it, Hellman's.
So he
Fuck the
put
world.
his balls
He placed
in
his
the
testicles
salsa.
in a salsa
Does
container.
it make it balsa?
I don't understand. Ooh, I like
Yeah,
balsa.
salsa would.
Balsa.
Yeah, if you had a boner, it'd be balsa wood. Fuck. New band name. New band name. New band name. New band name.
So Howard Matthew Webb is accused of placing his testicles in a salsa container that was then delivered to a low-tipping customer last month, which means they're punishing this customer off of her last order,
Right.
Not this one.
And it is a
Always-
she.
But also,
it's a she.
I think
It's not
so,
even
yeah.
a no tip. It's a
Low
low
tip.
tipping.
Right.
You get stiff.
Maryville police arrested Webb on Friday on a charge of, quote, adulteration of food, liquids, or pharmaceuticals,
Yep.
a Class C Felony.
What is that?
Felony, not even
Yeah.
a misdemeanor. That's a felony.
No.
It goes on a record.
Diarrhea.
That goes on a record.
The woman who received the salsa had ordered the food on January 12th from a local Mexican restaurant.
That's our birthday. I just want to say
It
that.
is
January
your
12th.
birthday.
It's our birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up.
Happy birthday, guys.
Fuck
Thanks,
off.
guys.
You don't know this, Nick. Every time I say a date, they talk about how far that is away from their birthday.
Yeah.
No,
So this
is a
that
big
is
deal.
not true.
Not true.
What's today?
They were
When's,
born-
the,
they were
when's the
born-
last time we did that, Dan?
Never. We've never. I don't think we've ever had that incident
When was the
happen
la-
on your birthday.
Give me a date when the last time we did
Yesterday.
That was 3 months away from our birthday.
Yeah, 3 months and a week. 3 months and a week away from our
The
birthday.
woman who received the salsa ordered the food on January 12th from a local Mexican restaurant through dinner delivered.
Here's the
trust
first problem:
boutique-
ordering Mexican food in Indiana.
Yeah,
That
is,
you're asking for problems there.
Asking for something.
The dinner delivered is an online food delivery service. Webb was. This is a weird
This
little
is where it gets
wrinkle in
weird.
the story. Webb was a passenger in the vehicle driven by the independent contractor who worked for dinner delivered.
So he doesn't
He
even
doesn't even
work for them.
work for the company.
He's like, I'll get you something.
He's just along for the ride.
But how did
I don't understand. Yeah, you're gonna say how
did they find out?
So someone
He forgot to take the salsa off his balls.
They were still in.
Oh
when he
wait,
delivered
shoot!
them.
Oh my God!
Fuck! I left my balls in that salsa. We gotta go back, man.
No, dude, it's too late.
No, we gotta go
It's
back,
too late,
man.
man.
You put your salsa in my. You put your balls in my salsa. You put your
salsa in my balls.
Two great tastes that taste great together. balsa flavor.
Wait, so how did they find out?
After the pair picked up the food from the restaurant, they made a video, according to the arrest warrant.
And did they post it?
Webb produced a video showing Webb placing his testicles in a salsa container, and the driver is heard laughing, saying, "That's what you get when you give an 89-cent tip for an almost 30-minute drive."
89-cent tip is pretty bad.
We are
Well,
now.
what if the tab was $1?
We are going to watch the video.
No!
Yeah, all right.
Spin it. This will be on the Facebook page if you haven't joined
Wait,
it.
so then they posted the video?
It's on YouTube.
Why in the fuck?
There you go.
This is dumb people.
This is dumb people town. This is where dumb people do dumb things.
Dumb people do dumb things.
It's a dumb thing to do it in the first place. It's a dumber thing to post it.
All right, let's play it.
It's a good little opening.
I like the
It's a
opening.
Super Bowl shuffle.
When you give
that
89
David
cents
Cross?
tip for an almost 30-minute drive.
Feels good on my balls. He said.
God. Oh God.
31-year-old man from.
So that's
we
a
already know.
31-year-old man. So that's
We will not be playing Guess the AG.
so he's a 31-year-old man.
Yeah.
Those are 31-year-old balls going
Right.
into that salsa.
Right. Right. But wait till you see the
It's
photo.
an
of them,
aged
'cause
balsa.
They've lived.
They've had some life.
It's the 31-year-old balls of
looks
this guy.
Brian Husky.
That's
Oh
a guy
my
who's lived.
gosh.
That's a guy who's lived.
First of all, the glasses tells me he should know better. Is that
Yeah.
wrong to
No, it's
assume that the
not.
glasses?
And the beard tells me he still listens to Pantera.
Yep,
Yeah.
And the hair tells me he hates his job.
that's right.
He or hated. He
That's
hated
not even his
job.
mugshot. That's a school picture. Good God.
He was voted most likely to dip balls in salsa.
So he was a passenger in the vehicle. They make the video after previously getting an 89-cent tip for an almost 30-minute drive. Webb is heard saying, "Oh, it feels so good."
That's right, we
The
heard that.
14-second clip made the rounds on Facebook, racking up hundreds of shares. Not that many, actually.
Hundreds of shares. is not-
Hundreds of shares.
Dude, I got
Literally
hundreds of
tens
views.
of people.
I got hundreds of views on this video. Dude.
Yeah,
It's
guys.
pretty big.
And then
That's
kind of-
Maryville famous.
how did they? So they reported it. How does that work? Then they called the police. They tracked down where the guy works.
But then he doesn't even work there.
Well, no, the driver didn't work there. Didn't the
No,
guy?
the driver worked there. The guy in the passenger seat who dipped
Oh
the
my
balls
God.
doesn't even work.
Oh, the dude who did it didn't even work there,
No,
so it didn't
no.
affect his life at all.
Well,
no,
he
he
did.
did.
He did.
Well, I mean,
He got a
pre-
misdemeanor.
A felony.
He became
Felony.
cool as shit.
What is his punishment then?
There is a
Felony.
Well, yeah,
Felony. It's a
I
Class C
know.
felony.
God damn it! You don't have to keep saying the fucking word felony, man.
I think it's a felony.
What did he just put the tip in? What did he put in?
No, he
Police
put the
opened an investigation into dinner delivered and contacted them about the video. Said Maryville Police Chief Tony Crisp. The driver has
Like
not
that.
been charged, but the investigation is ongoing.
So I'm not giving this guy.
ongoing.
I'm not.
Let's see how this plays out. There could be layers to this.
I'm just saying I received a very heavily redacted version of the investigation.
Oh, you did?
And
Oh
I've been
my
reading-
God.
I've been reading through it almost 400 pages on this investigation.
Well,
Holy shit.
What's weird
I
about
heard it
this?
doesn't prove anything.
I'm not supporting
Proves
what he
everything.
did at all, but it does take balls to do what he did.
It really does.
It
Oh my
literally
God.
takes.
At,
A woman,
at
could,
Sklar Brothers.
a woman could not have done it. That's right.
Yeah, that is
And
true.
that's not sexist. That's a
That's
fact.
just saying fact.
Is it bad that I put all of our microphones on my balls
No!
before we started?
Wait a minute.
Yes, I'm from Indiana. It turns out I've been fooling everybody for this moment.
A woman
I'm
could
not
not
from
have done
Minnesota.
that, and that is the problem with the ass ceiling.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that.
The driver. Go ahead.
Would there be a similar punishment if she put her boob into salsa?
No,
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
She would get the
Do you consider
Presidential
boobs
Medal of
genitals?
Freedom.
If she squirted, if she was lactating and put
They're not
milk
genitals.
into the genitals,
She would-
or into
she would
into
receive-
Into the genitals?
milk into the salsa.
She milked his penis?
She would
It puts the testicles in the salsa.
she would receive the highest medal of honor, the purple nipple.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Purple nipple is the
Randy.
highest medal.
Stop.
Yeah.
The nurple. All right.
Okay. It's unclear why Webb was even in the vehicle. I'm guessing this is how it explained. What are you doing? Going to work? Can I come? That's the whole extent.
That's it. Investigation
totally.
over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this guy stiffed you before? Watch this. Investigation over.
Do you think I could stop by and get a new piercing? The driver, who had worked for Dinner Delivered since November, she is now out of a job. And quote, this is what
She is.
the spokesperson for Dinner Delivered
Delivers.
said. She will never drive for Dinner Delivered again.
Hello, Grubhub.
A lot of people affected by this.
Yeah, she
the
sunk a company.
ramifications.
I know.
Dinner Delivered is F. And it's A, dude.
She sunk a company in those balls.
He sunk.
He sunk a company.
He
Bye.
dunked a company. He dunked a company
get-
into the balsa.
Can I get a chips and salsa? Do you want those nuts dunked on that salsa?
Nah.
By the way, when you dunk,
No nut dunk on my
when
salsa,
you
please.
dunk balls into the salsa, the ripple effects are huge.
Yeah.
I hope that it was so hot that it's like super hot salsa.
No.
That he was like, "Oh, I'm not doing so good."
But balls don't even disappear. Salsa's so dense that it just laid on top and took like a ball nap,
I mean, it
and then it
depends.
just
Are we
pulled
talking
it out.
a pico de gallo?
It's not like it
Are we
goes
talking
deep
a
in
salsa
there.
verde?
So deep, I put that salsa to
Here's
sleep.
another side. Here's another side story. My buddy's 21st birthday. And he did this voluntarily. Back in old Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota, we bought him a shot of Knob Creek, and we all put our dick knobs in it before he did
No.
it. Yeah,
Well, that's nice.
Did he know?
he found out.
Yeah. Did you post the video online?
No, this is pre-video. Thank God, when the world was made sense.
And the
I
good
know.
news is that
Good God.
Nick cannot drive for Dinner Delivered.
Yeah, you.
no, but I'm good breakfast delivery. They said I'm fine.
It's delivered. Your
Wake up with a knob in your cup. Welcome to Indiana.
The company,
Good
which
morning,
serves
Indiana.
parts of East Tennessee and North Georgia, maybe this is in Tennessee or Georgia, then I have no clue, issued a refund for the order and found no evidence that anyone else's food had been tampered with.
By the way, I would never
those
eat
calls.
salsa ever again. I would never
Oh, yeah.
order from a restaurant ever again. I would
this
never.
wouldn't stop me at all.
Dan, you're kidding.
It's nuts.
It is nuts.
If
It
you
is
love,
nuts.
if you love,
At
if you
Sklar
if you have
Brothers.
an
Wait,
intimate
no.
sexual relationship with Webb, you've probably licked his nuts. It's good enough for that person. The only difference between me and them is they care about him. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, nuts on it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't
like-
do anything except you
It
didn't
feels like a violation.
you didn't order those nuts.
It is a violation,
It
but
is
if
a
you didn't know,
violation.
you're
what,
none the
what
wiser.
if the person who ate it had a nut allergy?
Ah, that's a good point.
That's a great
Is
point.
My throat is closing up.
There's got to be balls in this.
Webb, who has been jailed in lieu of a $45,000 bond.
Now
Whoa.
that's a bond.
Wait,
Yes.
for this incident?
Yes. It's a
Holy
felony.
fuck.
They've got his nuts in a sling.
Appeared in Blount County General Sessions Court on Tuesday morning. His preliminary hearing was set for March 12th, so this has all happened since
That's
then.
3 months
If
after our birthday.
convicted,
If convicted.
If convicted of the Class C felony, a jury would have to find he did the deed with the intent to cause bodily injury to another.
I don't think.
I think
I think
that's
it was just
dramatic.
a dumb prank.
Webb could face a sentence. We're going to get out of here on this. Webb could face a sentence of 3 to 15 years in prison.
No fucking
and
way.
a fine of up to 10 grand.
This is he's in a chain gang. He's in a chain gang in like 8 years. He's like, what are you in for?
What are you in for, man? I'd rather not talk about it. I heard you're doing some serious time. What the fuck you do out there?
I killed a family. What'd you do?
What'd you do?
I put my nuts in some salsa.
Oh.
You're fucking disgusting.
Good
What if that makes him like the king of the prison?
It won't. It's like,
What
meet
if
my
he does?
mouth. My mouth's name is Salsa.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
Hey, Salsa, come here.
everyone's fucking name is Salsa all of a sudden.
Yep.
Get them nuts out, motherfucker.
You put him in here.
All right.
That's story
There
number
we go.
one.
Story number 1. That's crazy.
Yep.
I
If
do
that
remember-
guy serves hard time like
That's-
that,
no-
can you
no
imagine
pun intended.
15 fucking years.
Especially because he looks like he doesn't have that much long left. He's already served hard time. Look
Yeah,
at
he's
him.
done
Yeah,
hard
not
time.
in
It
the
looks
sun.
like he served
Jesus
soft time
Christ.
in the prison of life.
All right. That's one
He
story
looks like
down.
Edward James almost his stepkid.
He's Edward James almost done.
All right. We'll be back with more. We're back with more Dumb People Time right for this with Nick Swardson.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town with Nick Swardson. Follow him on Instagram. He is a fantastic follow. So funny.
I got a
and-
sweet gram. It's at real Nick Swardson.
At real Nick Swardson, great stuff, good pictures.
Go see him. Are you
Hilarious.
doing stand up on the road theaters?
I don't
and
have.
such?
I'm off the road, so
Okay.
I'm building up a new act. Very exciting.
Love it.
And I'm doing the only dates I have coming up are Irvine Improv June 7 and 8.
Go.
And then later, 2 weeks later, the Ice House in Pasadena.
Great.
Those are local LA.
Those
LA.
are local in California, and then I'll be popping up, working out stuff late summer, early fall. I'll be bouncing around.
Do you have certain places you like to go and do that at? Where you're like,
Yeah, there's
these are
some
my
really
good
cool
workout
clubs
rooms?
that I like. I love working out at clubs. There's 2 clubs I like in Tacoma and Spokane that are great. Beautiful part of the country.
Yes. Pacific Northwest.
I'm popping over to Minnesota for a month in May and June. Most of May and then a little bit of June.
Acme Comedy Club.
I'm gonna but there's like a lot of open mics there, so I'm just gonna run around and work out there.
Great.
So people might just see you.
You might see me in Minnesota.
Yeah,
They'll
just-
see me in Minnesota a lot this summer.
Awesome.
I want to take time off and like watch baseball.
Oh my
And
God.
Twins
you know
are
what
so
I mean? Just
good.
order as
Twins
much
are really
salsa
fun.
from delivery companies.
If you go to Dinner Delivered, they give a great spicy salsa.
oh my
It's
god,
unbelievable.
Does
It's a
it have
lit-
Heronix? I need Heronix.
It's a little like nutty tasting at times.
okay,
All right.
intrigued.
Should we jump
I
in
have
another
notes
story?
of scrotum. Wait. All right.
You wanna do another
I
story?
detect.
Let's do another story, shall
There
we?
we go.
All right, let's do it.
Sent in by Greg Priest. Did I say who sent in the first one?
Yes, you did.
Wait, let me just say
Solo
one
show.
real quick.
Yes, hit it.
I just got a thing on my phone. They just announced that guy just signed a movie deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
come on.
going to. Yeah, it's crazy. He's doing a new movie.
I think I know what it is.
with Sandra Bullock. It's
way.
called Scrote Floats.
No. I thought it was going to be the Nut Job 4.
He signed a 2-picture deal. I
Scrote
guess.
Floats is great.
Yep.
Garth Brooks,
Hope
Garth Brooks gonna sing the title track again.
Scrot Floats or the Nut Job 4?
or Hope Scrotes. It could be that too.
Hope Scroats is it. All right.
Sent in by Greg Priest at Naked Critic.
There you
No
go.
clue
All
what
right.
that means, but
We don't know.
glad you're out there, buddy.
Thanks, Priest.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no.
Here we go.
2 people were boiling mad. It's funny that you guys have no clue what this is about and you already know it's a pun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Boiling mad. So
Already
they
mad
did
at it.
something where they boiled.
2 people were boiling mad as they waited for crab legs at a buffet, surprising diners and 1 police officer.
Well.
Literally, this is from Huntsville police officer Gerald Johnson, double J. Literally, as I sat down and maybe took 2 bites of my plate. For Johnson, that's really a reference to nothing happening. They put this in
And
this
he's not
article.
eating the food on the plate. He took 2
I know,
bites of the plate.
Literal
Out of my
bites
plate.
of the plate.
It's a quote. Literally, as I sat down and maybe took 2 bites out of my plate.
Well, what I love about
what?
that.
Literally what? They don't tell you in this article. It's horribly written.
What I love about that is like he considers everything on his plate as one thing. So
Right.
like I took 2 bites
bites
of my
out of-
plate of what?
Right. They don't even say. For Johnson, apparently some Friday evening peace and quiet was too much to ask.
Friday evening is where you go out for some fun.
Friday evening, peace and quiet.
Hey guys, it's Friday night. I want
Guys,
to just.
it's Saturday night at 2 a.m. I just want some quiet.
peace and quiet.
I don't know why all these people are out.
Why does
and
this
drunk.
strip club have to be so loud?
I came to read a book.
You guys, it's New Year's Eve at 11:58 at night.
Shut your mouth!
What in the fuck are you guys yelling about?
What could be so important?
This is Times Square.
God,
Who? What?
my tent in Times Square. I
Why do we have
can't.
pots and pans
This is a
outside?
meditation seminar.
I came here for peace and quiet. This is the Democratic National Convention. This is a Rammstein concert. I wanted quiet.
Literally, they should run these quotes together. I'm going to try and help this. Literally, as I sat down and maybe took 2 bites out of my plate, there's a woman who's beating a man. Police are moving around. Plates are shattering everywhere. See, that made more sense when you don't break it up with him needing a
Is
peace
this
and
my
quiet.
big fat Greek wedding too?
Yes.
Yes. No sooner had he dished up a plate at Meteor Buffet off Memorial Parkway. Jason, I know you're going to do it, so get out the Yelp and let's figure out what Meteor Buffet is all about.
Is that a sign that a meteor should hit it? They're just like, put us out of our fucking misery.
Here,
Meteor, if you can hear this, up in the sky.
Also,
down
Meteor
on
Buffet
us.
does not indicate at all what type of food they
My
have.
guess is they wanted to name it Meteor, Meatier, and then the guy misspelled it, and he was like, Meteor, and she's like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
whatever
Or maybe
it is.
it's Mediterranean food, like Mediterranean. They didn't know how to fucking spell it,
Hey, you like that
Well, it's
Mediterranean
spelled
food?
and
scientifically.
they started spelling it, and then they just quit.
They just cut. They're like, we didn't pay the
This
guy
isn't
for the
Huntsville.
roast.
Mediterranean.
It's not Meteor, it's Meteor Buffet.
Meteor
correct?
Buffet.
Correct.
Put your location to Huntsville, Alabama.
Do it, Jay.
I got it.
Johnson says a fight was happening in the food line.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
By the way, why doesn't this happen more often?
It should happen in Vegas
buffet
all the
fights?
time.
When the
Buffet
Texas
fights.
toast is gone, that's when people get mad.
Do you guys like
Yeah.
a buffet?
I don't love
Did you
buffet.
either?
It depends upon the buffet.
Are you
All right.
Vegas?
I do-
Do you like a good buffet in Vegas?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, but I never do it
There's
right.
a buffet at Mirage where I also perform the Mirage in Las Vegas. It's a lovely. No, I'm just kidding. There's a buffet called Cravings.
Is it good?
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid, dude.
Have you been to the Craving Station at there?
Guys, shut the fuck up, Randy.
Stop it, Randy.
Stupid
At
idiot.
Sklar Brothers.
That's I mean,
Send
the
all
only
your
thing
hate.
that's suspect about a buffet is how they have every kind of cuisine.
Right,
You
right.
know, that's the only.
You can't be good at everything.
But the good thing
You
about
can't
a
make a
casino
California
is,
roll
see,
and a good waffle.
The good thing about a casino is you can trust that the kitchen is big enough to do it.
Dan,
Like,
sure.
the
My-
Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace is supposed to be one of the
I
best
know, but
buffets.
Dan, you cannot, unless you are there watching like a hawk, you don't know how long things have been out. That's my other thing with a buffet. How long
That's
has this
true.
food been sitting
but
here?
that's what. Yeah, but that's why.
That's
you
why
should-
my
don't
opening
do-
act
don't
is a
get
hawk.
the sushi.
Who has
You have
dipped
a hawk
opening
opener.
for you?
Yeah.
Tony
Who
Hawk.
has dipped their balls in the
So
hollandaise?
neither one of you did buffets at your wedding.
No.
Yeah, we had food out at the wedding. You were at my wedding.
I was. That's correct.
Did you
was
do
at my wedding.
You didn't do a food buffet.
Here's how much Nick has been in our life. So Nick was at our wedding, and Nick gave my oldest daughter Daisy a little. I know you picked it out. You're like, I'm gonna pick out the gayest thing I've ever seen in my entire
Correct.
life, and it was a
Rainbow.
And it was my
no,
headshot.
it was it was a unicorn that my daughter. It is my daughter's favorite thing. At age 14, she will not go. Like anytime she goes somewhere or travels, she travels with it. It's that is her thing. So much so that we had an artist like photograph it, and that thing is now that she'll have for the rest of her life.
Amazing.
And so like. Out of this thing that I know Nick was just being silly, it is like her favorite thing. So it is so great that like I look at that thing and I'm like, Swardson gave this to you. It's the
changed
coolest
lives.
Change lives.
coolest thing ever. Man.
Change it up.
So
so why
anytime,
was the
dude.
woman beating the man?
why was
in
the
line
woman
at
beating him? I hope she was beating him with a crab leg.
People are moving around. Plates are shattering over. No sooner had he dished up a plate at Meteor Buffet off Memorial Parkway, Johnson says a fight happened in the food line.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you typically hear. If you can, imagine a fencing match.
I really
with
can't
crab
imagine.
legs.
But no, let me just say
is
this.
it with crab legs?
It's over the crab legs.
Over
yes.
the crab leg, not with.
The sound
fencing.
Johnson was hearing was tongs clashing.
Oh, yes.
They grabbed weapons from the buffet
and it's like
started
it is
going
on
at
like
each other.
Ray Dong Tong.
I love a good buffet, but I don't know.
Get it on, grab a tong.
Get it on.
There's a club in I don't know if it is a Zany's in Huntsville, and I want to. Next time I'm there, I want to
gotta go to the buffet.
You gotta go to this
Buffet.
Meteor
Here's the
buffet.
thing.
There's a club in Huntsville.
Yes, Stand Up
Alabama,
Live, maybe?
God bless it. It's a very bizarre place.
Well, here's
Where do we do comedy in Alabama? That
way
was
down south at the bottom of Alabama.
Mobile. We were in
Mobile,
Mobile.
Alabama.
Mobile's great.
Mobile was super
Very cool town.
By the way,
Mobile
Mobile,
I like.
They bought up like
All the downtown.
All the downtown. There's one strip of stores which were people
bars
could
and
bars where
restaurants.
people in restaurants where they could have their spaces rent free just to like rebuild that part of town. It was super cool.
They
were
bought it all
amazing
for $400 and a couple crab legs
at
and,
the Meteor Buffet.
and some salsa.
Here's what you have to remember about a buffet. As soon as you say the word buffet, that's a very lax situation for staff. Like you don't have like waiters and waitresses constantly in your business because it's a do-it-yourself situation. Go get your food by yourself. So that's why I think this was allowed to happen because you have a lot of people, not a lot of staff.
Free for all.
It's a free-for-all.
Well, this is my solution. You treat a buffet, some call it a food bar. You treat it like any other bar. You have a bouncer.
Yep.
Yes.
You check IDs.
Yep.
And
If
you
you're
get
wearing
fucking 86.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not wearing the right shoes,
You get 86.
Dan was a
wearing-
bouncer.
I was for a
Well,
very
now
long time.
let's open up a food bar.
let's do bar.
with
Food
the
bar.
buffet.
Can we do
bouncer.
food bar? Let's do food bar.
You have a
love a
list.
good
Let's
buffet.
get a velvet rope. Let's
Yeah.
get a
Velvet rope.
DJ.
Crab legs back there behind the road.
Hey, you
DJ
can't.
Crab Legs.
You can't. You don't have the right shoes on. You can't come into this food bar.
Yeah, who are you here to see? Yeah, which salad? You're not on here, man. You're on the
Sorry,
list.
dude.
No, there's
You're
no-
not on Caesar's
Dude,
list.
there's.
No.
I'm looking on this thing. There's no ambrosia.
Dude, Shells and Cheese doesn't even work here anymore, man.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Bro,
Come on,
Shelly,
man, I know
Shelly cheese.
Bro,
Shelly
you know
cheese.
me. I know you. I know you know me, dude.
No,
Dude,
man.
you got any sluts in that buffet?
No.
Come on, dude.
Come on.
This was me when I would bounce downtown LA every Friday night. Bro,
on, man.
let me in, dude. Does Mike still work here? No, dude, there's no Mike. Come on.
Mike's a good
motherfucker.
guess, though,
And
if
then
you're
it-
going to ask for somebody.
And then it turns
it
like
turns.
this. You know what? Fuck you, bro. Dude, I don't want to fucking come in this club. And then his other friend's like, can we still get in? And I'm like, no,
No,
you
you
can't.
can't. Come on,
I've
Mike.
been there on that side where one of the friends goes rogue, and you're like, yeah, what if Rick takes off?
Yeah, and
What
we
if
all
we
hang.
We're good,
Dude, you know-
actually.
you know how
You
much
guys
money
play
we're
like
gonna
good
spend
cop,
here?
bad cop.
Where was
So fencing match with the tongs.
Tongs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a fencing match.
I know. It's not something you hear. You can imagine a fencing match. The sound Johnson was hearing was tongs clashing. The Meteor Buffet diners were eagerly awaiting the next tray of crab legs coming out of the kitchen. Everyone was saying, they cut me in line. She cut me in line. He cut me in line.
Yes, they
I was
did.
here first.
Yes, they did. I was already, and they were saying I was already here. The guy
Right.
who went back in the kitchen said,
Right.
"Just stay there." You
Police arrested John Chapman and Chiquita Jenkins, who was eating at the buffet with her kids. Do you want to see the picture of these
Yes.
two? I mean, this is a pair.
I thought you were going to say it was Cheech and Tong.
At Sklar Brothers.
Wait,
At
no, that was
Sklar
Nick
Brothers.
At real
Pierce
Nick
Sword
Swardson.
Nish.
Chiquita.
Chiquita. You can guess which one's which. Okay?
Chiquita
One's
who?
John Chapman and the other one is
If
Chiquita.
you want to see the
Okay.
picture, join
No,
the web.
I don't
Join the
believe
webpage.
it.
Look
Are
at
they
these.
friends?
Is
They
Chiquita
are
on
now.
the right?
They're bound by fighting.
Chiquita's on
They
the
were
right.
fighting with each other.
Yes.
Oh my God.
These two got arrested for a
Oh,
tongue
man.
fight.
By the way, This
That's got to be on video.
But absolutely, because it's racial, this is about so much more than crab legs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Not if you ask John.
Well, he's like, not in my America.
Don't they have it on camera? They have Polaroids there now, don't they? In
should.
Alabama?
They should.
Hey-o.
They'd been waiting there for their crab legs for a good 10 to 20 minutes, standing in a
long
buffet
time.
line.
It's like a
Waited
late
above.
night Subway in New York.
When they finally came out, it's very heated.
It's like the West 4th Street F.
The C train.
But they got into a fight when they came out. The crowd
Yeah,
like,
they came out.
because who got
It's
first.
very heated, especially if someone is taking more than their fair share. I'd say you're in. It's a buffet. I'm up front.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't just regulate like how much is too much. It's a fucking.
They were just trying to get
buffet.
their sea legs.
Dude, Jesus Christ. Every time I'm home in Rochelle, I take my nephews to the China buffet.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And I do, like, last time we went,
Like,
they
go
had
for
to
it.
bring out a lot of stuff, and I would tell them, like, don't take it all, because there's other
wait,
you're going to
there's-
end up in an altercation here with people.
Dan, I love that you're.
Dan, you're protecting your nephews.
I'm trying
And
to.
you're
That
protecting
broccoli
yourself.
and chicken goes fast.
Of course it does.
That's the crab legs of the
That's
China
the
buffet.
Like
crown jewel.
by the way, a buffet is a place where like someone would throw a punch at like an 11-year-old.
100.
I mean,
yes.
And
Yeah.
that
Devin would
11-year-old
throw an
deserved
elbow.
it.
Yeah, you know.
Officer Johnson said after talking with Chapman and Jenkins, they admitted their tempers got the best of him. Chapman is facing disorderly conduct. Jenkins is charged with third-degree assault. Both people could end up paying a few $100s in fines, well above the cost per plate at Meteor Buffet. I'm going to ask you guys.
I want Chiquita
what is
Jenkins.
the cost?
I want Chiquita Jenkins to be the mayor of Dumb People.
What is the cost per plate at the Meteor Buffet?
All right.
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say $9.99.
$9.99.
Jay.
$14.99.
$14.99.
That's a lot. I know it's Alabama prices, but I still think
I mean, it's got crab
their
legs.
crab legs
Crab
are part
legs
of
on
the
it.
thing.
I think it's $13.99, and I know I'm like cutting myself off there, but
Okay.
$13.99.
What do we got?
You said $9.99.
Yep.
Okay.
I will tell you this: Chapman suffered a cut to his head in the restaurant fight. Jenkins was not hurt. That's probably why she got a bit
She's
of charge.
better
You
with
can
the
see in the
tongs.
picture he's got a bandage over his
He
head.
needs it.
Okay, to eat at the Meteor Buffet and wait for
all you
20
can eat.
minutes for crab legs
man.
on a Friday night when you just want some goddamn peace and quiet.
quiet.
We'll go out of here on this. Townies, get your answers in as well because the cost per plate is $10.58.
Oh my God.
Swardson.
He knows. He knows.
That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. That's what's up, dude.
That was so close.
Oh, geez.
You were literally
60 cents away.
You were
from
one
the beating of a lifetime.
Dude, that's over
From a
$10.
laceration.
in the forehead.
By a tongue. All right,
Good.
there's story 2 down. Dan, can you give us a little tease of what we'll see in the final segment?
Yes.
What state is it from? That's what I want to know.
I will. Let me pull it up.
So we had Alabama, and the first one was Indiana.
Yes.
Correct.
And now we're going where?
Tennessee.
Oh,
Dude.
Tennessee. Tennessee.
We're in the
Dude,
Cumberland Gap.
I'm sensing a pattern. Dick Van
You know what?
Pattern.
It has to deal with a pattern.
Okay, there we
my
go.
God,
All right,
what
Nick
have I done?
Nick Swartson's
He's
with
unlocked
us.
the Matrix.
One more segment of Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
All right, before we go any further, we got to read some names for
Let's do
our
it.
Patreon people. How about it, Jay?
Patreons. I love them. Thank you, guys. Patreon.com/dumbpeopletown.
Get on it now. There are great new levels, and we want you to all be a part of it.
And new features, new things available for you. This is the way for you to support the show and get extra content.
All right, Karen Lindsay.
Karen Lindsay, thank you.
Karen, you know what you did to us, Karen?
Yeah,
You know
Karen.
what you did to us,
Stir
Karen?
the sauce, Karen. Chapin.
No Carpenter?
Son left town just the
The
other day.
All right, how about
So much I could blame, I just
had
had to say.
you joined the Patreon, and we're happy, you know. All right, Charlie Day fan. Hello, I love it.
His
Thank you.
parents.
I get
his
you.
parents named him that.
Charlie Day fan. I get Charlie Day a lot, and I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah,
it.
what
I'll
would be
take
wrong
his.
with that?
I'll take his career.
Gemma,
Jem
how do you do it?
Lajoie. Jenna Lajoie.
Gemma La Jolie?
Well, there's John Lajoie who was on the league. Gemma
Right.
Lajoie.
Yeah.
Lajoie.
No, does anybody go Gemma?
I say Gemma.
It's always Gemma.
Gemma Lechois. Thank you. How about Marshall O'Connor? The Marshall Plan. I've got the Marshall Plan.
Sounds like a lyric from a sad Irish song.
Marshall O'Connor.
The Ballad of Marshall O'Connor.
How about Kevin Finnegan?
He wrote the song.
Kevin Finnegan wrote the Ballad of Marshall O'Connor.
Yeah.
Kevin Finnegan, Beginnigan. Manuel M. Mo Garcia. I love this guy so
Yeah,
much.
I
Three
know.
M's and a Garcia.
And tweets at us a ton. I love
Is that your
whenever you
favorite
tweet
new
us.
show on ABC?
Three M's and a Garcia.
Garcia.
That's my favorite. That's every show. Samuel Price.
Samuel Price
Is
is right.
right.
I know.
Stephanie Sum, the sum of all of our parts.
She amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
How about this one and two last names in a really cool way? There's
I know. She's her own law firm.
Is
or
it a
he
she
is.
or he?
I don't even know.
I think this person could be a 1950s author. I'm of course talking about Freeman Fisher.
Yes.
Freeman Fisher.
Freeman that Fisher.
Pillar of the community.
How about Jennifer Welliver?
Welliver.
great
I
name.
know.
That was Welliver to join this thing.
Welliver sounds like a Harry Potter character.
Welliver.
Welliver.
We talked to the Wellivers and they're behind us. How
The
about
Maylinks.
The Maylinks.
What is the Maylinks?
It's like the Matrix. We're all living in the Maylinks.
Oh, the
at this point
Maylinkses.
right now. How about Mike Hudson sucks? That is unbelievable.
This person had better be Mike Hudson's best friend.
If it's mean, it's mean. If it's a fun
Right.
pokey joke,
If it's mean, it's not that great.
Right.
If it's done with love, it's fucking
amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
How about Jeff Rogers?
Hey, Jeff Rogers.
Jeff Rogers.
Thanks
Just
for
a
being
solid
here,
guy.
I know.
Jeff Rogers.
Sounds like a comic book character that was created in 1958.
Who's coming to the game with us?
Dude,
Jeff Rogers is going to be
It's
there.
going to be a
He's,
good
yeah, he's
time.
going to take the ticket. He said he'd take the ticket.
He's driving.
How
Yeah.
about Seth Gary?
I love both of those guys.
Gary.
Yeah.
Gary.
Stephanie Lamparter.
I mean, she's a little vulgar for a comic, but I like her.
All right, to all those people, we say thank you,
Oh,
thank
I
you,
know.
thank you.
Especially
we
the
love you.
Maylinks and Freeman Fisher for out there being pillars of community, as well as
Stephanie Sum.
Yeah, Samuel Price, Chapin, and Stephanie.
You guys are
Carter.
awesome. Join the
True
Patreon
locals.
if you haven't already. There's great new content and great stuff for you.
This is a
available.
great way to support the show and give us a chance to keep giving you extra stuff.
Patreon.com/dumbpeopletown. Let's get back into it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. The wonderful Nick Swardson is with us. Daniel, any fun shows coming up? that
Just
you
go
know?
to danielvankirk.com. 2 more legs of my tour will be coming up in June and July, where I'll be in the Midwest and the Northeast.
I'm not sure when this drops. I believe we still have. We're doing a show at Largo. We're doing on May 7th.
Yep.
We've
This show
got
live.
This show live. We're doing with Tim Heidecker, John C. Riley, and Amy Mann.
That's
that is
failures.
Dumb People Town. All failures. All
And
of
we're going
them.
to try and resurrect all of their careers if we can.
If
through
we
Dumb People Town.
can, that's Dumb People Town. Get your tickets.
Then that
into
next
business.
weekend, we are in Bloomington, Indiana at the Amazing Comedy Attic.
Have you ever done the Comedy
It's
Attic?
a great
so
little
fun.
club to work stuff out. Wonderful.
You
Very-
started strong with Bloomington because there's a Bloomington, Minnesota, so then I got excited.
Nah,
Then
not
you pulled
there.
the
We gotta
rug
get
out.
back to Acme.
Bloomington, Indiana, is that
where the Indiana IU.
is that where they
Indiana.
film Breaking Away?
It
Yes.
is indeed.
Yes.
Indiana.
Great film. And for those of you
Indiana.
out there, check out the movie Breaking Away. Phenomenal
amazing
film.
movie.
It may be
Won the
my-
1977 Oscar for Best Screenplay.
Yep, that is really good. That was
Yeah.
one of my favorite sports movies of all time.
Yeah, it's
Of all
phenomenal.
time.
It's unbelievable. Dennis Quaid, young Dennis Quaid, Daniel Stern, Jackie Earl Haley,
Dennis Christopher.
Yeah.
Dennis Christopher,
Paul Dooley.
Paul Dooley in his best role. Anyway, we'll be there, and then at the end of the month, we'll be in Utah at a Wise Guys, which is fantastic.
Oh, Wise Guy's a great club.
Fantastic club.
Supersclaws.com. Check out all the dates.
All right, give it to us, Dan. Last story.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Honda owners, this is the headline. It was sent in by Carter Thomas, by the way.
Thanks,
at
dude.
Carter Thomas, Thomas.
Hi, Carter.
Thank
With
you.
a C.
Hey, buddy.
It's me, Nick.
Honda owners fined by HOA because car left suggestive shape in parking lot.
What?
Yes, yes.
The car itself left the
The Tennessee
shape of...
Homeowners Association just tried to fine a couple for their phallic shape their Honda Insight left in the snowy parking lot after they moved their car. I'm going
That
to
is
show you guys the
perfect.
picture. They blame the owners for that.
How can you blame the... Oh, my God.
That's so hot.
Speaking of a pattern, I just want to put that shape inside of a thing of salsa right
Can't
now.
they just? Those guys were being dicks for leaving it there. Like,
Dude, was it a Honda
shit.
Civic?
At Real
I'll take-
Nick Swardson.
I'll take the trophy.
Yes.
Yes. Where was I?
Well, wait.
Yes.
Sorry, no,
So
no, I cut you off.
I'll wait
the
whenever.
Civic caused that.
This is hard to do to
Yeah.
make it look like that.
The Honda's homeowner, Catherine, explains on a Reddit subreddit, wherever you read that, that their condo complex at HOA stuck her and her husband with a fine almost a week after their development was hit by a wintry weather.
Yeah.
They're trying to screw these guys.
The HO, I mean, should we tell everybody the pattern looks like a dick if you haven't picked up on that yet?
Go to the Facebook page.
Go to the
Facebook.com/dumbpeopletown. You'll know what we're
Join
talking
it.
about.
The HOA emailed them saying the penalty was for some unspecified reason pertaining to their car in the snow. Quote, your car, specifically the Honda, left this offensive image on the ground after you left.
Okay, it's not a kid. It's not a dog that
Right.
shit in your living room.
Right.
It's a car.
You also can't see it from the ground. So if you're
No.
walking past, you're not going to be like, oh my God.
Right.
Is this
Then try to
season
sit
3
on it.
of American Vandal? That's
This
what I
is.
want to know.
This
Is
is
this
American
American
Vandal.
Vandal?
Yes.
It is that.
It
Great
is.
show.
It
Is that image just because the NFL shaft is coming up? Oh my God, who let me in here? What is happening?
Your car, specifically Honda, left an offensive image on the ground as though it's a person.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, you know what your son did?
Hey, maybe you need to have a little talk with your
car.
Civic.
Yeah.
It's so funny that the car is an insight when it has no insight to what it's doing to this
Thank you.
community right now.
Great passive aggressive HOA email. Nick Swardson threw a bottle of water
Out of
across the room.
excitement for Jay.
I believe you will see why we have had complaints about it. If I'm that person, I arrive, I can be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anything.
I'm
Is
not
this
aware.
a magic eye painting?
Unaware
what am I
of what the
supposed to be
problem is.
looking
What are
for?
you looking? I would just the whole time be like, I'm not seeing that.
Right.
So- and literally force them to be like, I don't know. You're
Make
pointing-
them say it.
Right. You're
Yes.
pointing at the ground, but I don't understand what you're pointing at.
One
I
of
can't
our
see it.
And they probably won't say the word.
One
That's
of our
where they're at.
residents took the photo and reported it to us out of concern for our younger residents. I would tell them, I go, I'll pay the fine, but in exchange, you have to tell me which person told you this.
How about this?
Right.
There's no anonymity.
because I'm
If I
not
pay
paying
that
a fine.
fine,
I'll pay. I'm not paying a fine. I'm paying for information.
That's right.
Do you want to call it a fine?
I want to
don't
know
care.
whose salsa I'm going to be dipping my balls in later tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously want full transparency. and I'll
If you
pay for
see that on the ground and you're part of the homeowner or that bothers you, who wouldn't kick some snow over and just change it? That's
Right.
all you got to
or,
do.
Right.
or just spray paint to make it a square.
Spray paint.
Spray paint.
Yeah.
What the
It's
fuck?
Snow.
What are
That's
you talking about,
It's
Rand?
snow, Randy.
Then it would be a square-shaped
Oh my
dick,
God,
and that's
Randy!
weird.
Randy has
What are
no
you
idea what
telling-
snow
he
is.
doesn't know what snow is.
Randy has no idea. This is not. This
No,
is a
I
real
think
thing right
Randy's
now.
right.
Kick
I'm
some
right.
snow
I think
around.
I don't
right.
think it's snow. That's what I don't
think it's
understand.
just-
Let me see.
I think it's like
Let me see it
It's
again.
like a mark. It's
Oh
not
no,
No,
no! You
that's
know what?
snow.
It is.
Those are the
everything-
tires.
no, yeah, I was looking at as it was frost or it was the cement. That's snow on the ground.
Yes.
So
what
that's
the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, man.
That's what caused
That's
it.
snow. It's around
So
the car
literally,
when it was
because I
parked.
literally thought it was like an oil leak or something. I'm like, there's nothing to even be cleaned up. It's just gonna melt.
Yeah.
So they're fining them.
Yeah,
for
it's
something
insanity.
That, like once the snow melts, that
this
shit's
is- by the way,
gone.
this
That shit's
isn't-
gone in 5 minutes.
This isn't an ice sculpture that someone made for someone's bar mitzvah. This is like
Or that could be an ice sculpture for the AVN Awards.
Yeah, totally.
That would be great.
Well, now we know where Ron Jeremy lives.
Hey, good to see you.
That's his personal spot.
Also, if a kid identifies that,
Yep.
then he's fucking cool as shit.
Yep.
He's got
Agreed.
a good imagination.
Right.
Thank you.
But
What do you-
also, like a young child is not going to identify. They're not going to be like, it's a peanut. If like
No.
they're like 5 years
My
old. Unless you
10-year-old would
tell
think
them,
my
like,
10-year-old son would think that's the funniest thing in the world, and I'd be like, that is kind of funny.
It is kinda
That's
funny.
the end of the
and
argument.
since
it's an
snow,
inadvertent.
Yes.
it's gonna be gone
Right.
in less than 5 minutes.
By the way, there is nothing funnier than the inadvertent penis. Nothing funnier.
No, it's out there.
It's a snow penis.
No penis.
the image
Which was
shows
the other name for Frozen. They almost called Frozen Snow Penis.
that true?
grow.
Let it
Oh,
grow.
the two of you at Sklar Brothers. And no, it's not true, Nick. Nobody answered your question, so I will.
Hold it back.
The image.
That was the poster for the movie Blowsin'. The never-ending story.
Let it snow.
All right.
The image shows a blob of bare pavement where the car had been parked and the snow around it. Some might say the outline is vaguely penis-shaped.
No, it's pretty.
It's cartoony penis shaped.
Yeah,
How-
it's not.
right.
It's shake
However,
weight shaped.
There's no veins. However, others might note this could be the dumbest excuse to tattle on somebody, especially considering they had no control what shapes are made by falling snow.
By others, you mean everybody. Does the homeowners association need money? I mean, that's what I would say. What's going on? Can we have a fundraiser?
That's the greatest reply. Yeah. Like when Rick sends you the email and you write back, Rick, do you need money? Are things okay?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to create money?
We all live here.
Right. We all live here, Rick.
Or I would then turn it on that. I would take the climate of the oversensitive climate of what's happening today,
global warming,
and I would say that I would go to the head of the homeowner association and say this culture of false accusations is triggering a lot for me and making me feel uncomfortable. And I just want to have a safe space where I can park my Honda Insight over a black dick, and I can't do it in this homeowners association. So you guys are taking away. I'm not feeling comfortable, and I felt like the parking lot should be a safe space.
You guys are treating me like I'm Luke Walton over here.
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah, why don't they Me Too Mother Nature?
Thank
She's the one that did it. Hey-oh.
That's what they said. Oh, you guys. She had no control over what shapes were made by falling snow. Yes, somebody was concerned a child would see some asphalt in the shape of a dick. Catherine fired back an email to the HOA after she stopped laughing, stating there was no way they were paying the fine for something that was totally out of their control.
God bless her.
And she threatened legal action if it was to go through.
Thank you. What was the amount of the lawsuit?
HOA responded that it would not pursue the charge due to there being no bylaws to support it.
Exactly.
We will end this show with the wonderful Nick Swardson.
Well, wait, I think I just got this on my phone.
You just got an alert on your phone?
Yeah, she just hired Throbert Mueller. Throbert Mueller.
That is a pro that I'd like to look
thing.
into.
Does not need to be explained.
Show the image again.
You got it.
I'm going to bring this up. This is a legit point right here. Where are the exit tracks?
I think
where did the car go?
It just flew.
That's a fucking hoverboard.
That is a hovercraft.
Because that doesn't fucking make sense. Those of you find this.
Go to the Facebook page.
At Nick Swardson. Twitter.
Nick Swardson and
Real
us.
Nick Swardson. Instagram.
There we go.
Solve this shit, man.
We're out here on this. How much
48?
did they fine? Or try to find the people for their dick-shaped spot in their parking lot?
$800,000.
For
Is that official?
Is that an official guess?
No, official guess. 150.
$150.
75. I think they tried to like $250.
250.
I think they
for
wanted to
Randy.
make it hurt.
150.
Yep.
Yeah.
75. 250.
The amount. We will leave everyone on this fact. The amount for all of you townies, play along wherever you are, scream in your cubicles and in your cars on your way home, that the Homeowners Association tried to find these people for a dick-shaped spot in their parking lot is $100.
Jason's very nice. Nicholas Swardson, thank you so much for coming on Dumb
great
People
to
Town.
see you guys.
A lot of dumb stuff happening.
A lot of dumb stuff, man.
A lot of dumb stuff. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.